here this evening. We're going to go through just a few things that we found are the most important with this precious time that we have with you, what we can share, what are the big things about 6th grade and Hudson Bend and middle school. And so Ms. Kenyon, we'll start with what the average day of your child looks like.
Okay, so I know some of you have your students your children go on the bus, but those of you who drop your kids off, if you drop them off early, they actually have the opportunity to come into the building at 7:30, and they would sign into the office. There's a computer where the students sign in, and they can go to a room called Content Mastery Class. It's an acronym CMC, and they can get homework done there. So they can almost work 45 minutes before the bell actually rings at 8:15 for the rest of the students to come in. There's computers there. They can get their homework done. So that's at 7:30. They're able to do that. At 8 o'clock, they're able to come in if they need to go to the library. So they can do that, and they would sign in at the front door in the office. And then if any of us had asked them to come in and maybe finish up a test or something, we would have given them a note, and they would bring it to the front office, and they'd sign in, and then they would be able to come in at 8 o'clock to see us. But if they don't have a note from us, then they're actually at 8:15, all the students come into the building, they go to their locker, and this is their opportunity from 8:15 to 8:45 if they have a question about homework to come to our rooms. Now, some of us might be in the house here having our duty, but they could find us in the house and ask us, a question. Or today we did a lab in science, and I asked the students, if you want to come during go time and finish, or if you want to come before school and finish it at 8:15. So it's a great time. The computer lab is also open at 8:15 to 8:45. So if they have anything they need to finish up on a computer, they can do that there. And it has a printer. They need to print something. Just a side note, if you ever have to have a presentation and you can't get it printed at home, you could always email it to the teacher. Or they could share it on Google Doc and with the teacher, and then they can access it and we can print it. So there's really never an excuse not to have your homework because we have a computer lab that they can come in and use. So then the bell rings at 8:40, and for the next 5 minutes they get to their first period, and they have the pledge and the moment of silence. And then we have first, second, and third, and the bell rings for lunch at 11:19, and they usually put everything in their locker, and they go to lunch. And they have tomorrow, they're starting a competition on Thursdays for spirit. So kids are supposed to be dressed up in like Hudson Bend shirts and just show their school spirit. So I guess if they don't have a Hudson Bend shirt yet, maybe they can make a button or something to wear. Just
for black, silver, and white are our colors.
Yeah, black, silver, and white. And so that's going to be once a week, and it's between the grades. So if 6th grade wins, there's a blow-up version of Mr. Robinson dressed like a pirate that's going to be set up in our house. So that's going on. And then a couple times a year, they have a mix-it-up day in the cafeteria where they tell them they actually get a place to sit so they get to meet new students, because we have 3 teams of students, over 400 students, and it's nice to get to know other kids that aren't just on our team. So then they come back from lunch, and then that's 4th period, 5th period, 6th period, and then they have go time. And go time's a great time to do homework, to go for tutoring. So on Mondays, we actually have an Alveus anti-bullying program that we've adopted through our district, and you might have heard about it in elementary. So they have team building games and just a time to really get to know each other and to support each other and to really kind of focus on anti-bullying issues. And so that's Monday. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're able to go to tutoring. If they need to leave the class during that time to see another teacher, they can do that. They can get their homework done. Actually, after, I think, 15 days, if they have their check, like they've done their work for 15 days in our go time, they're able to earn a party in the cafeteria. So my kids have been working really hard. They're pretty quiet. So this is the time I might give them a pass to come and finish a lab up in go time. Or a teacher would have them finish up a test. Okay, then on Fridays are club days, and we're starting clubs on Friday, and they've actually gone onto a Google Doc and they've picked 3 choices. And with 400 students, it's kind of hard to get maybe your top choice, but they'll at least get one of their choices. They try to get them their first choice. And some of the choices that they had were are Spirit Club, Keyboard Club, Art Club, Walking, Science, Board Games, Silent Reading, and Huddle Club is for review as the sport of football. So that's every Friday through Christmas time, and then after the New Year starts, they're going to have them choose again, and this time they're going to get to choose UIL Club, and that might be like spelling, math counts, geography skills, science. So it's kind of like a continuation of what they did in elementary with UIL, and then that's what we compete against with other middle schools. And so they'll either choose a UIL club or study hall for the second semester. So did I miss anything? Okay.
I wanted to take some time. We felt really strongly as a team to talk about some of the programs that Hudson Bend has here embedded in the school day, before and after school as well, to make sure that your child's successful. And before I get started on that, I know the best part of your Friday is the Black Team Blasts that we send out. They're the best email. Is anyone not receiving those? And if you're not, I'd love to get your email. Is everybody receiving them? That's my Bluebird group, right? This is my A+ group. Gosh, there's a bunch of people in the last one that didn't get it. How have they been missing this for so long? How do they live without it? We love sending out our Black Team Blasts. We think the world of your kids, and we want you to be just as involved with what we teach on a daily basis and weekly basis. So we send that out. It's going great. You guys are enjoying it. So we've got some programs here at Hudson Bend. We know the transition from elementary to middle is a tough one. And so we've created programs here at HBMS to make sure that your child feels successful, has opportunities to get help, has opportunities to meet with teachers on a daily basis. The first two are for all grade levels. They're called Homework Call and Homework Help. We sent out as a Black team a little information sheet on this, and we just want to take a moment to go over them a little more in depth. Homework Hall is a quiet study environment in the 7th grade computer lab, and it's just Monday through Thursday from 4 to 5, and there's a late bus that takes students home. They'll have access to computers, teacher, textbooks, and anything that they may need. Then we have Homework Help, which is in the mornings, Monday through Friday, and then in the afternoons from 4 to 5, from Monday through Thursday, again with the late bus to get students home at the end of the day, which is a little bit more of a working environment where you have students working in small groups. You've got small groups of teaching going on. There's a teacher in there as well with textbooks and computers. The very special thing that we have just for 6th graders is called Beyond the Bell. Beyond the Bell is a twofold. It's every morning at 8:15 to 8:40 and every afternoon, Monday through Thursday from 4 to 5. It's for any student who just needs help. Hey, Mom and Dad, I did not understand that geography test that's on Friday, this September 11th in Miss McDermott's class. Shout out to my class. I need help. I need Miss McDermott. I need a teacher to help me, or I didn't understand this math problem, or I didn't have time to read my book. We have Beyond the Bell for just 6th graders with just 6th grade teachers. Now, any student can come to that. On the flip side, the second part of Beyond the Bell is if your child did not do their homework, they will be required to go to Beyond the Bell. Either they can choose either in the afternoon or in the morning, whatever works best for their schedule. Why do we do this? Well, we don't assign homework just for the heck of it. We have every homework assignment is a way for students to practice the standards that we've taught in class and to prepare for the next level. And here at Lake Travis and Hudson Bend, we are big on excellence, and the rigor is very fast. And we want our students to be confident and successful in the classroom, and if they don't do their homework, then they're going to be behind. So Beyond the Bell will be required, and we will make sure that your child calls you and doesn't just call and not leave a message, gets a hold of you and say, hey, Mom or Dad, I have to go to Beyond the Bell. I have football practice this afternoon, so I need to go in the morning. Or I have got student council in the morning, I need to stay this afternoon. And it's just a really great opportunity for them to get a 70 on their assignment, not get a goose egg in the grade book, and practice those skills that they didn't get a chance to do at home. The last program that we have here at school, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, is NJHS math tutoring. We get that math is really tough. The state standards in Texas are insanely rigorous, especially in regards to math. It's moving at a very fast pace. And we want to make sure that our students never get left behind. So every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday during go time, the time Ms. Kenyon mentioned that students can work on homework, we have 7th and 8th grade NJHS members who come and tutor. So we almost, I feel like we have like a no excuse zone, right? I mean, we have all these programs and tutors during go time. We want your children to be successful, and we've got a lot of programs in place. If they ever feel lost or unsure, we have these programs to help them be successful. And again, we will email Friday, Black Tea Blast. We'll email that helpful hints out again one more time, which talks about those programs.
Okay, I'm going to talk about professional learning communities. All of your kids' teachers belong to, we call them PLCs. And so we are the color team, so the black team, and we share common students. So I'm the language arts teacher, math teacher, science, and social studies for all of the same students. We meet at least once a week. We share common students, and we share a conference period so that we can get together and discuss academic and behavioral progress of our students. If you ever need to meet with one of the teachers, we always meet together as a team so that we're all on the same page, and whatever is discussed, we kind of all know what's happening. So if you ever need to meet with one of us, we're going to meet together. We collaborate using the homework calendar, which is on Schoology this year. So we look to make sure that students aren't overloaded with all the assignments on one day. So we kind of pay attention to that, make sure that's not happening. We share strategies on how best to serve each child, and we collaborate our curriculum to do cross-curricular activities. Like this year in science, Ms. Kenyon's going to teach root words with her science words, and that helps with language arts, where we do root words and prefixes and suffixes. Measurements and graphs, math and science, and in language arts, we also learn how to read those. And then historical figures, there's a time where we do a biographical research project in language arts, and we're going to be using historical figures that they've already learned about in social studies, so it kind of ties all those together. So that's one PLC team that the teachers belong to. And then there's also content PLC. So like I meet once a week at least with the other language arts teachers in 6th grade, and the same with math, science, and social studies, so that we can plan lessons together, and we share ideas and resources. We share teaching strategies like, hey, this really worked for me, you should try this with this lesson. And then that makes it so that no matter what team your child is on, they're all doing the same thing. So it's pretty even throughout the teams. So that's PLCs.
I'm going to talk about Schoology. Schoology is our learning management system. We all use it to post our homework assignments. We post notes there. We post tutorial videos. We might post activities. Anything your child misses in a school day, where they lose something or they're absent, this is a great place to go, where they should be able to find and print anything they're missing. And this is where that calendar is, where they will be able to see all their assignments for that night. And we are going to give you an access code tonight. It's set up over here on the side on the yellow counter in alpha order. And so you just need to find your student's name, and your access code is specific to your child. Once you join, you'll have access to all our courses. And so that way you can keep track of your child's homework, upcoming tests, and you're just better able to track and help keep them organized. It's a great place to go so they can check if they're keeping up, if they need anything extra, and all of and the important documents like our syllabi are on there. And so we would ask that you would please join that Schoology with the access code, so you can keep track of your child's assignments, and you'll know what's going on during their school day. We also wanted to let you know that the grading system in Schoology is not the one we use. We only post our grades in Texas Connect. So if you ever get an alert from Schoology saying your child made a 0 on this assignment, I really wouldn't pay attention to that at all unless you get an alert from Texas Connect. That is the grade book we use. So it gets confusing for parents a little bit.